In this video, we're going to go over another 20 practice questions you're likely to see on the real estate exam in 2023. Let's get right into it.
81. The legal description method that uses a point of beginning in monuments is the rectangular survey, government survey, lot and block description, meets and bounds description. Explanation. The answer is meets and bounds description. Meets and bounds is a term that refers to the way of describing land by describing the shape and dimensions of the boundaries using reference points and angles. 82. Which of the following may reduce the risk of default for the mortgagee at the time of loan origination? Lowering monthly payments, decrease the loan-to-value ratio, reducing the debt service to gross debt ratio, extending the loan's amortization period. The answer is to decrease the loan-to-value ratio. A lower loan-to-value ratio indicates that the borrower borrowed a smaller proportion of the value of the property and contributed more of their own funds. The greater the borrower's investment, the less likely it is that they will default and lose equity. 83. What type of interest is typically charged when financing a home? Simple interest, cumulative interest, top-down interest, maximum required interest. The correct response is simple interest. Most mortgage loan interest is simple interest. This is interest charged solely on the balance of the loan. The term compound interest refers to interest charged on the loan balance in addition to interest due on the balance. 84. Which of the following ads is this best example of puffing? The schools in this neighborhood are the best in town. The walking score in this area is the best in the city. For the city, this is a totally safe neighborhood. There is no crime. This house has the best views you will find in the city. Explanation. The answer is this house has the best views you will find in the city. Puffing is making a statement that anyone would know is an exaggeration and can't be proven. Schools, crime rates, and walking scores can all be verified. Views are an opinion. 85. While showing a property to a buyer, the salesperson stated that the property had the most attractive landscaping of any property in the county. This statement constituted unintentional misrepresentation, misrepresentation, puffing, fraud. Explanation. The answer is puffing. Puffing is making a statement anyone would know is not factually true. Statements of opinion like what is most attractive, which view is the best, or that the windows let in the absolute most sunlight imaginable are all considered puffing. 86. A colorless, odorless gas that comes from the soil and can cause lung issues is known as radon, lead paint, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. Explanation. The answer is radon. Radon is radioactive gas given off by soil that can cause lung issues. Carbon monoxide is a poisonous gas given off by combustion. Carbon dioxide is found in the air and used by plants to create oxygen. Lead paint is not a gas. 87. The poisonous gas given off as part of combustion is known as carbon monoxide, radon, lead paint, carbon dioxide. Explanation. The answer is carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is poisonous gas given off by combustion. Carbon dioxide is found in the air and used by plants to create oxygen. Lead paint is not a gas. Radon is a radioactive gas given off by soil that can cause lung issues. 88. The gas that may be emitted from items such as furniture, draperies, carpet, and insulation is formaldehyde, chlorine, chlorofluorocarbon, methane. Explanation. The answer is formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is emitted by most building materials. Asbestos is not a gas. Methane is a gas created from combustion, and radon is gas emitted from soil. 89. A listing is for property that was once the site of a methamphetamine lab, but the property has been cleaned. The seller and listing agent should discuss this fact with the seller but not with any potential buyers. Disclose this fact only if asked. Disclose this fact to potential buyers. Not disclose this fact, since it is not related to health or safety. Explanation. The answer is to disclose this fact to potential buyers. All environmental concerns affecting a property must be disclosed to the buyer. 90. An agency listing agreement between the owner of real property and a real estate broker should contain all the responsibilities of both the broker and the owner. Does all of these. Is an employment contract employing the broker to secure a buyer. Creates a fiduciary relationship. Explanation. The answer is does all of these. An agency listing is an employment contract establishing an agency relationship between the broker and seller. An agency relationship is a fiduciary relationship. A fiduciary relationship is one in which an agent owes the client trust and loyalty, due to the fact that the listing establishes an agency relationship only for the goal of securing a buyer. It must describe the agent's authority and responsibilities, as well as the seller's responsibilities when the broker executes the necessary acts. 91. Exclusive listing contracts are all of the following except express, bilateral, terminated upon the death of the principal, unilateral. Explanation. The answer is unilateral. The unilateral contract is only enforceable on one party. Valid listing contracts are express bilateral agreements. They cease upon the broker's or principal's death. An express contract is one that is in writing. The seller and the broker both make commitments. 92. Membership in a multiple listing service is an advantage to sellers, buyers, and brokers. Only brokers. Only sellers. Only purchasers. Explanation. The answer is sellers, buyers, and brokers all benefit when a property is listed in the MLS. Buyers get convenience because they're able to work with just one agent to represent them and show all the properties on the market. Sellers get a similar benefit with the added bonus of all other agents being able to coordinate with their listing agent for showings. Brokers benefit by having access to every property on the market to show their clients. This means on day one when a new office opens they have inventory to show their buyer clients. All parties benefit when properties are listed in the MLS. 93. The kind of listing that permits the property to be listed by more than one brokerage firm is referred to as a non-exclusive listing. Exclusive right to sell listings. Exclusive agency listing. Open listing. Explanation. An open listing is a non-exclusive listing that permits multiple companies to advertise the property, with the commission going to the company that procures the sale. 94. If a sale fails to close because of a failure on the buyer's part, the listing broker's commission is paid by the seller, is paid by the buyer, must be awarded by the court, is not earned. Explanation. The answer is not earned. When a ready, willing, and able buyer meets the seller's listing terms, the commission is earned. If the buyer does not complete the transaction, the commission is not paid. Note that this is the correct answer choice in this question. However, there are some situations where a buyer may fail to close and the commission can still be paid. To dig deeper on those issues, read up on suits for specific performance, where commission may still be paid even though a sale has not closed. 95. The broker at 123 Realty has instructed her salespeople to seek out listing agreements that provide the company with the greatest amount of protection. In this scenario, what type of listings should the salespeople be pursuing? Vet listings, exclusive right to sell listings, open listings, exclusive agency listings. Explanation. Exclusive right to sell listings are the solution. An open listing compensates the broker if he or she finds a buyer at the terms specified or agreeable to the seller. It enables the seller to sell the property directly and enter into listings with other agents at the same time. 96. To be enforceable, a listing must be open-ended, written or oral, dated. Explanation. The answer is written. To be enforceable in court, all listing agreements must be in writing and contain a specific termination date. 97. The duration of a safety clause in a listing agreement is governed by the following factors: local law, the Real Estate Commission, negotiation between sellers and brokers, state law. Explanation. The answer is a negotiation between sellers and brokers. As with all other terms in the listing, the safety clause is arranged between the brokers and sellers. The duration of a safety clause is not governed by legislation or regulation by the Commission. 98. To earn a commission, a listing broker with any exclusive listing must procure a ready, willing, and able buyer at the seller's listing terms and demonstrate procuring costs, arrange financing, close the sale. Nothing else. Explanation. The answer is nothing else. When a ready, willing, and able buyer meets the seller's listing terms, the commission is earned. 99. If a buyer makes a counteroffer to the seller's counteroffer, the seller's counteroffer is modified, still in effect, terminated but can still be accepted. Explanation. The answer is terminated. Counteroffers always result in the cancellation of the original offer or earlier counteroffer. 100. An executory contract may be assigned under any circumstances, unless prohibited in the contract, if provided for in the contract, in no case. Explanation. The answer is unless prohibited in the contract. All contracts are assignable unless the contract expressly prohibits assignment. In many states, the official contract used and produced by the Board of Realtors automatically forbids contract assignment.